Hello guys, welcome back again. It's Ranju here from Green IAS. So friends, we can go through next chapter of our class 8 polity, understanding our criminal justice system. It is the sixth chapter of class 8. Okay, understanding our criminal justice system. So this chapter is mainly about the arresting of person, role of police, certain articles and FIR, that is a first information report, and role of public prosecutor, role of judge, what is a fair trial, like that. So let's start, friends. After a person is arrested, it is a court of law that decides whether the accused person is guilty or not. So, during arresting of a person, the police cannot determine that this person is guilty or not. So, that it is the duty of the court to decide whether this arrested person is guilty or not. According to our constitution, every individual charged of a crime has to be given a fair trial. So, as per our constitution, it is saying that every individual charged of a crime, okay, has to be given a fair trial. So, let's look what is fair trial. Fair trial means that is ensuring that Article 21st of Constitution is upheld. So, this fair trial was held in an open court in public view. Okay, so that there should be a fair trial should be conducted if a person is charged of a crime, and this fair trial is also in presence of the accused person. According to Article 22 of Constitution, every person has a fundamental right to be defended by a lawyer. So, according to Article 22 of our Constitution, every person should be has a fundamental right to be defended by a lawyer. And according to Article 39A of Constitution, it is the duty of the state to provide a lawyer for a citizen. Sometimes the citizens may be the poor person or with a disability or engaged due to poverty. Sometimes that particular persons may be without a lawyer. So that according to as per the 39A of article of Constitution, is the duty of the state to provide a lawyer for that citizen if he is suffering from poverty, disability, any kind of situation like that. Then in a criminal justice system, who are the main participants or who have the main roles? So in a criminal justice system, the police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer, judge are there. So mainly four persons are there in criminal justice system. Okay, those people are police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer and judge. So friends, let's have a look at the role of police in investigating a crime. Okay, what is the role of police in investigating a crime? An important function of the police is to investigate any complaint about the commission of a crime. So, the main important function of the police is to investigate about any complaint about the commission of a crime. An investigation includes recording statements of witnesses and collecting different kinds of evidences like that. So, what are the roles made by police? So during when dealing with a investigation, the police has to record the statements of witnesses and have to collect different kinds of evidences like that. It is not the job of the police to decide whether a person is guilty or innocent, and that is for the judge to decide. Police investigations always have to be conducted in accordance with law and with full respect for human rights. So, when during conducting investigations by the police, who have to maintain or the police has to act in accordance with the laws and with all the respect for the human rights for that particular person. Supreme Court had laid down guidelines that the police must follow at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation. So, the Supreme Court has laid down some of the guidelines for the police that so that the police must follow that guidelines by Supreme Court at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation. The police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during investigation. So, the police has no right to torture, shoot, injure any person during investigation. And they cannot inflict any form of punishment on a person even for petty offences. So, even for petty offences, the police has no role to punish any in giving any kind of severe punishments for a person. According to Article 22 of Constitution, criminal law guarantees to every arrested person and following the fundamental rights. So, the right to be informed. So friends, please listen. The right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offence for which the person is being arrested. So at the time of arrest, the person has to be informed. Person has the right to be informed about his arrest. Okay, and so according to as per Article 22, the arrested person has certain fundamental rights. So, the first right is to be informed at the time of arrest of the offence for which the person is being arrested. For which the person is being arrested. The second right is to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. So, the person has a right to be presented before magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Then, the right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. So that, as per Article 22, the accused person who cannot be treated in an ill manner or who cannot be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. Confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. So, it is saying that confessions made by accused person in a police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. Then, a boy under 15 years of age and woman cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. So, only for questioning, woman cannot be called to police station, and also the boys under age 15 years cannot be called to police station. Supreme Court has laid down specific requirements and procedures that the police and other agencies have to follow for the arrest, detention, interrogation of any person. These are known as D.K. Basu guidelines. So, what is D.K. Basu guidelines? The Supreme Court has laid down some of the specific, some of the procedures and requirements that the police and other agencies have to follow for the arrest, detention, interrogation of any person. So, it is known as the D.K. Basu guidelines. And some of the guidelines are I'm going to uh, discuss with you. The police officials who carry out the arrest or interrogation should wear clear, accurate, and visible identification and name tags with their designation. So, during arresting of a person or interrogation, that particular police personnel should have wear name tags and identification tags or tags with their designations. Okay. A memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest and should include the time, date of arrest, like that. So, a memo of arrest should be prepared at the time of arrest. And this memo should contain the time and date of arrest and the witnesses who could include a family member of person arrested, and also the arrest memo should be countersigned by the person arrested. Okay. So friends, the arrest memo should be countersigned by the person arrested. And next guidelines is the person arrested, detained or being interrogated has a right to inform a relative, friend or well-wisher. So the arrested person has a right to inform about his arrest to his friend, relative or well-wisher. Then when a friend or relative lives outside the district at the time of arrest, okay, then the police has to inform him about his arrest within 8 to 12 hours after arrest. Okay, it is saying that when a friend or relative lives outside the district, the time, place of arrest and venue of custody must be notified by police within 8 to 12 hours after arrest. Then comes FIR. FIR means first information report. Usually mentions a date, time, place of offense, details of basic facts of offense, and the description of events. So friends, basically the FIR consists of a date and time and place of offense, the details of this offense, and the description of events there, and identity of accused person and witnesses, then name and addresses of complainant, and also this FIR is signed by complainant. Complainant has a legal right to get a free copy of FIR from the police. So whoever be the complainant, then this complainant has a right to get a free copy of FIR from the police. Then it is only after the FIR is registered in the police station the police take up investigation of the case. So only after making the FIR by the police, he can continuous investigation of the case. FIR relates to cognizable offense. Okay. So FIR relates to cognizable offense. Cognizable means it refers to an offense for which the police may arrest a person without the permission of the court. So cognizable offense means if a offense is cognizable, then a person can arrest a person without the permission of the court. So FIR refers to a type of cognizable offense, whereas a police complaint can be filed for both non-cognizable and cognizable class of defense. So friends, it is saying that FIR is relates to cognizable offense, whereas a particular police complaint, okay, any kind of police complaint which may be filed for both non-cognizable or cognizable class of defense. Then, in order to get a visa, the police clearance certificate or a criminal record check is performed. So, in order to get a visa, police clearance certificate or a criminal record check should be performed. Then, what is the role of a public prosecutor? Public prosecutor who represents the interest of the state. Okay, public prosecutor who represents the interest of the state. Role of public prosecutor begins once the police has conducted the investigation and filed the charge sheet in the court. So after being made by all the investigation by the police and filed the charge sheet in the court, the prosecutor can begins his proceedings. And the public prosecutor has no role in investigation, and he is conducting prosecution on behalf of the state. So it is the public prosecutor who is conducting prosecution on behalf of the state. Then his duty is to act impartially and present the full and material facts, witnesses, and evidence before the court to enable the court to decide the case. So, what is the duty of the public prosecutor? The duty is to act impartially and present the full and present the material facts, witnesses, evidences before the court. Then after that the court can decide the case. Okay, finalize. Then what is the role of judge? Okay, what is the role of judge? Conducting trial impartially in an open court. Okay, what is the role of judge? Conducting trials impartially in an open court. Then a judge who hear all the witnesses and any other evidences presented by the prosecution and the defense. Okay, so judge has a role to hear. He is hearing all the witnesses and any of other evidences presented by the prosecution and the defense. So friends, it's finally we are complete our chapter. You can check the glossary here. Accused, cognizable, and cross-examine. Detention, impartial, offense, to be charged of a crime, witness. Okay friends, have a nice day.